The futures ETF coming alive with all the possible manipulation around that. There's a lot of speculation about central banks pushing the price down, much like in the gold market. But I think it's much simpler than that. We saw a China miners ban halfway last year, and that wiped out half of the hash rate, half of the security of the network. That was a major thing, major structural event, macro event, you might call it even for Bitcoiners. But that wiped out half of the hash rate, and all the miners had to move and relocate their stuff to the countries around China and to America, Texas mainly.
This article looks at the most recent forecast from investment advisor and Bitcoin strategist Plan B, which offers insight into what to anticipate from the market leader in cryptocurrency this year. Despite the Fed indicating that inflation is down and market conditions seem to have leveled off, Bitcoin has been on a steady ascent, leaving many investors speculating about what 2023 will bring for the crypto market. Bitcoin's price has been steadily rising, trading at roughly $20,861. What does Plan B think of this? In a series of tweets for 2024 and 2025, he forecasted that Bitcoin would reach even greater heights in the coming months. He also solicits input from consumers regarding the reasonableness of current prices and the precision of his forecasts. A warm welcome to Market Empire. Proceeding with the video. According to Alternative Hypothesis, Bitcoin hit rock bottom in 2022 at $15,000. Plan B anticipates a dramatic shift in Bitcoin's direction throughout the following 2 cycles. However, this shift won't occur until the following year. Plan B uses on-chain data to indicate that he thinks Bitcoin will reach $32,000 next year, and $100,000 by the end of 2025. Plan B considers the large margins and inherent volatility in the predicted prices, notwithstanding his end of 2022 forecasts and the random FTX drop.
Experienced investors know that there cannot be return without volatility, but I've seen it personally with the stock-to-flow model and with Bitcoin now 3 times up and 3 times down, that when Bitcoin is up very much, everybody wants to buy it. And stock-to-flow model and Plan B is the man, the myth, the legend. But when it's down, and where we are today, and we experienced that in March 2020 with the COVID, when COVID first hit us, but also in March 2019 when I published the article, we were really very much down. Then it's all Bitcoin is dead and it's a bear market. It will go to zero. It seems like a black or white thing, and investors and people in general seem to forget that it's just volatility and the overall trend. If you, for example, look at the 200-week moving average, the 4-year moving average, the overall trend is going up and never goes down. So yeah, I guess it's a question of perspective.
A follower of Plan B's tweet said, 1 million is a bull market, 100K is a comfort blanket. Plan B responded by saying, in fact, I think the bull market range will be 100 to 1 million, but many people don't understand the wide margins or the volatility that creates them, so I pinned it at the indeed comfortable $100,000. Based on his stock-to-flow methodology, Plan B predicts that the price will increase to 6 figures during the next bull market. There has been a lot of panic and uncertainty in the crypto market over the past few months, and many investors believe that this is why Bitcoin's price has risen above its pre-FTX level, and is set to continue rising exponentially in the months to come. Another user replied to Plan B's tweet, saying, you know right in your heart of hearts that these numbers are conservative lessons learned, but these numbers will be way higher. To which Plan B responded, probably correct. Shortly thereafter, he published a series of insightful polls that zeroed in on price levels, such as one that asked readers whether or not they believed Bitcoin had reached rock bottom. With nearly 49,000 votes, it was shockingly dead even. He went on to inquire as to whether or not users expected the price to increase beyond $32,000 by 2024.
I think there's a lot of risk out of the system right now. So there was a risk of, for example, before the halving, there was a risk that, well, there was another mining death spiral. So that miners and Bitcoin would not survive the halving, where the revenues for the miners would halve. Well, we obviously survived that. And then there was this big risk of China banning and China attacking Bitcoin. Well, obviously that risk has gone as well, because China is no factor of influence anymore. They stepped out of the Bitcoin market and pushed all the investors and miners away. So I guess there's a lot of risk that was in the market 2 years ago that is gone right now. On the other hand, I think Bitcoin is one of the last assets that is, for example, not supported by the central banks, like stock markets is. So there's a lot of volatility in Bitcoin, and I think it's here to stay. So there's a view that, like all the big tech stocks like Amazon and Google, that all the volatility and risk is in the beginning, before the IPO or just after the IPO. There's a lot of legal risk. There's a lot of technology risk about a new technology making it or not making it. But I think, and then later on, if the adaption kicks in, then that risk goes away. And a lot of people, a lot of investors view Bitcoin that way. So right now we're a little further in the adoption, and the volatility should go away. But I think Bitcoin is volatile by nature, so there is a chance that it will not be the same like all the high-tech stocks, Amazon and Google, and so that the volatility will stay, and that is also the source of the high returns.
At the present time, the model of the floor proved inaccurate, so Plan B created a number of other models. His fans know he has at least 20 of them because he tweets constantly about charts and floor models. Bitcoin is currently trading at a discount of 3 to 4 times the model price. Nevertheless, if you consider 2013 high, you may see that this discount is justified. Even if Bitcoin's price was 10 times the models, it didn't crash then. Plan B predicts that the Bitcoin price will also fall back to the soft flow model pricing, as it has recently done. The initial concept was 55,000 with hindsight, but Plan B suggests he should have 3 versions that don't make it very easy to comprehend, so the latter looks to be the best option. Whether you're a little investor with no resources or a large institution, zero exposure is never the right choice. Plan B believes that, given Bitcoin's rising price and their optimistic forecasts for the next bull market in cryptocurrencies, it would be unwise to have zero exposure to this new asset. It's a great moment to be an investor. Have any thoughts on his most recent pricing forecasts? In any case, we anticipate Bitcoin reaching a new high within the following year. Leave a comment with your ideas below, and we appreciate you tuning in to Market Empire. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel.